The PS5 has no games, a common sentiment you have been hearing over the internet for a couple of years now. A statement that is obviously exaggerated. The PS5 does have some games, like Demon's Souls, Spider-Man 2, Aldi Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, the PS5 hasn't exactly been blessed with many exclusives, and it's already been out for nearly 4 years. So why is that? The PS4 was blessed with a huge library of incredible exclusive games such as Bloodborne, God of War, Spider-Man, Persona 5, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us Part 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, and so many more. It's a far cry compared to what we've got with the PS5. Apart from a select few exclusives, the PS5 has left a lot of people really disappointed with the generation so far. But what if I were to tell you that a game due to release within the next couple of weeks has the potential to change that? What if I were to tell you that we were on the verge of peak gaming? And of course, I'm talking about Astro. Oh God, what is that? Get that out of here. No, the true saviour of PlayStation is here, and its name is Astrobot. Astro's Playroom, which came free with your PS5, is for me the greatest packing game with a console ever. Sorry Wii Sports, you are great, but to me Astro is just better. It's charming, it's full of creative level design, and it's just a beautiful homage to PlayStation, with little cameos of some of its most iconic characters, and even remembering smaller PlayStation franchises that haven't had much love in a long time. It was fantastic fan service done right. But Astro wouldn't be looked at so fondly if it wasn't fun to play, but Astro is genuinely one of the most fun to control platformers in recent years, so it was only a shame about Astro's length. Astro roughly clocks in about 3 hours for a casual playthrough, about 5 for a completionist run, which is fine for a packing game, but Astro has so much potential to be so much more. PlayStation was built on the foundations of having great iconic platformers. Crash, Spyro, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank. Out of all of them, Ratchet is the only one with a consistent history, and Sony has pivoted away from their roots now, focusing on story-driven third-person action games, which I hear the collective sigh and groan, because even though I still enjoy a lot of these games, I will be the first to admit we get a lot of them. It would be nice to see some originality and some variety from Sony, but the future could be bleak. Sony's new pivot is to throw all their money into the live service market of games, hoping they will somehow make the next Fortnite or Overwatch. And no matter your opinions on live service, even those that love them, it's just not feasible to pump out loads of them, a lot of them having really high budgets as well. The Sony of old just seems like a distant memory, until earlier this year when Astrobot was revealed. The game is just so much more than a game in the grand scheme of things. This is a statement from Sony. This could be a changing of the times. Sony has already seen the writing on the walls with their live service plans. They had 12 live service games in development at one point that have since gone down significantly since the recent disaster releases of other live service games, especially the release of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The way that game came out and crashed and burned, it seems to be a wake-up call to Sony, that the live service market isn't all what it seems to be, especially not Fortnite. So Astrobot, the supposed saviour of PlayStation, eh? What makes me so confident that this is the game PlayStation needs, even though it's not out yet? Well, here's my thinking. Astro's Playroom came out with the PS5 in November 2020, and with Astrobot coming out in just a couple of weeks, that means Team Asobi, the development team behind Astrobot, has had at the most just under 4 years to make Astrobot, which for a AAA game from a big publisher, that seems unheard of in modern gaming. Most modern games take at least 5 or more years to make, and to get a full-length 3D platformer in just under 4 is really impressive. And it doesn't seem like Astro is going to be a short game either. With a supposed 80 plus levels to beat, that's a solid 10 to 15 hours in length, which for a 3D platformer is perfect. Not too short and not too long either. And going off previews that we have heard of the game so far, it sounds like we have something special on our hands. The game takes what worked with Astro's Playroom and improves on it massively. Honestly, it gives me Mario Galaxy vibes in the best possible way. So the game looks like it's going to be a home run for PlayStation. The writing's on the wall that the game is going to review well, sell well, and just be a genuine highlight for Sony, in which otherwise has been a relatively poor year. And if it doesn't, well, I just look like an idiot, don't I? But I'm so confident that this game is going to do really well and be the turning point for PlayStation this generation. The question you might be asking is, why? This is just one game. How is one game going to change so much? It's pretty clear that a game such as The Last of Us Part 3 or Spider-Man 3 or the next God of War are going to do really well, probably a lot better than Astrobot will do. So why is Astro's success so important? 2 words: production cost. Now, we don't know the cost of how much Astrobot costs to make, but I'm pretty sure that this costs more than this. Even when games such as The Last of Us Part 2 and Spider-Man 2 review and sell incredibly well, these games cost so much money to make that the profit margins for the production cost of the games and how much they actually make must be razor thin. So we have Astro, a game with more than likely half the budget, half the development time, and a team probably half the size of Insomniac and Naughty Dog. If the game does well, as I think it will, it seems like a no-brainer for Sony to start putting less money into smaller budget titles, but still keeping the quality that Sony are known for, and Astro could just be the start. Imagine all the untapped Sony IPs that have been dormant for a long time getting smaller budget releases. Sly Cooper, Ape Escape, Jak and Daxter, Twisted Metal, The Legend of Dragoon, Infamous. So many amazing franchises that haven't seen a release for far too long deserve to come back, so here's hoping for Astro's success, so that maybe, just maybe, we could see the Sony of old once again. If you watched the end, thank you, I appreciate it. Like I say, all of this is hypothetical, and feel free to roast me in the comments if I end up way off the mark. But if you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing, and hopefully I will see you again.